We only did this in 3 months. So to know that we put together 20 plus people on this lineup, it's just like a really amazing feeling. My name is Joe K. I'm from Los Angeles, and I'm a music lover, and I help run a platform called Soulection, which started off from the internet, and we're primarily known for the music that we put out, the shows that we do, and we have a radio show on Beats One. And this weekend is so special because we've been really talking about doing this the Soulection Experience for over 2 years now. We have a stacked lineup of people we really believe in, and we just stay doing what we love. When I was 19, me and my mom, we weren't seeing eye to eye, and she actually kicked me out. I moved into my grandmother's house, and the only escape at that time for me was music. I found all these beats, all these things that were like really moving me, and I made this mix. I didn't have any technical skill in terms of mixing or DJing, and it was essentially just dragging tracks that I was purchasing or downloading from the internet and literally just, blending them. So it was from that the podcast was really built. I knew that in order to have a radio show, specifically in school, I had to be a full-time student. Did some research and found out that they had a cool radio program at K-Beach. Talked to the program director, the GM, and then got my own show. Before we knew it, I organized Soulection, and then from that point on, it kind of just took off. I always found myself landing opportunities just based off the strength of my relationships. There was a lot of artists who I was featuring on the podcast that were unknown, and I just said, you know what, they're not known and I'm not known, but we're gonna put this project out together and we're gonna build from here on out. I got called by Rinse, who's a radio station out in London, and the UK just showed us so much love. It was one of our top audiences in the world. It kind of just made sense. Then I got a call from RBMA. I was with Red Bull for maybe 6 months, give or take. That's when I get the call from Zane. And from that point, I never looked back, and that was 2015. I think what we're doing differently at Soulection is we keep it about the music, and then on the flip side, the relationships and connections that we have with the artists or the people that we bring in or the direct communication we have to the listeners. I think it just feels like a community base. It makes the listeners feel as if, hey, I'm a part of this as well. Everyone knows what it is and that we're in it for the right reason. So there was this one big moment when in 2013, and I felt like that was a spark of the SoundCloud era for us. I felt like we were really at the forefront of putting out beat music in a certain light. And anyways, we got reached out to a friend of mine from Goldenvoice. His way of helping us out was allowing some of our guys to open up the main stages at Coachella. And I don't know, that was a moment I realized wait, we can really take this on the road and we can really bring this to real life. It was after this one festival in particular called Appelsap. It's in Amsterdam, and our stage was the place to be, and that was our first time, and we're not even from there. Finding a balance between personal life and work, even your passions, it's super important. No matter what's a passion or how much you love doing something, eventually I feel that it does turn into work sometimes. So again, you just gotta separate everything. So for me, like I said, working out, making time for my family and shutting off my phone or not taking phone calls, all that stuff really does help. When I get into creative blocks or when I'm on the phone too long all day, photography for me has really been an escape. And then recently, I started getting into film. It's an excitement like how it is for music. When I find a new beat, when I pick up my negatives or my film, my rolls, and I see oh, this is what it looks like, or I remember this moment. It's a very exciting process, to go through that. And then of course my family, I have a little girl, she's about 4. She keeps me sane, my only child. And then I got my girl at home as well. So we're like a team, So it's just kind of this balance, I step out when I need to, but if I'm not working, I stay home and stay focused. People are always looking for new music. You need that. People want to hear something new or hear someone that they haven't discovered before. So I think that alone separates us, is that we're always ahead 6 months to a year before someone really finds out that this is quote unquote breaking. You know, there's a good chance that I could have even came off a bit strong and very persistent to some, but I'm like, instead of me waiting on somebody, I'm like, I'm gonna go out and get it.